tune, Dan?
That tune, I think I do recognise that tune.
What was it from?
Is it Star Trek?
Yay! It's Star Trek. We've got the Max Impact T300. We've looked at the tech. Dan said it reminded him of the Starship Enterprise. I sang him a little song to start the video.
That was lovely.
T300, Titleist. I actually game the 6-iron in this set. You do? I blend it with my T100s, believe it or not. And I game it as a 5-iron, which we'll come to. We're going to show you the numbers. Test the T300 from Titleist. Max Impact. That was a pretty good rendition of that song.
And you're impressed that I got that, aren't you? You are impressed that I got that.
I thought I was going to do my brilliant rendition and you were going to go, no, I don't know what that is.
No.
Right, it's chunky. Thick top line.
Yep.
Plenty of top line. Offset.
Yeah.
You don't see the back of the club. Certainly not in the 6-iron.
Kind of like that.
And the 4-iron, you see a fraction of the back of the club.
As much as what you were getting, let's say, in the T200?
No, because the 200 it was like curved, so
Okay.
you saw a little. Where this one, it's like you see all of it.
So it's squarer.
So you see more, but it's more even, so it looks a little bit. To be honest with you, I'd say that looks a little bit more natural out the back. The other one had the little curve. It was like not in the toe in the heel.
Yeah.
Again, that would be personal preference. We get Max Impact. I mean, that's pretty impressive structural support, I think they're calling it. Visual tech on the back of that. Like, it stands out, doesn't it?
It does to me.
It has to be said, right? It reminds me a little bit of the inverted cone technology from TaylorMade. I'm probably getting an email typed to me right now telling me off, but I've said it.
In what model was that? Can't remember that. Was that when I was out of golf?
No. You not got one here? They had a little circle.
Oh, here, what's that there?
No, well, you know me and TM don't really talk much. Should we see what Titleist is? I'm going to hit one. We're going to collect numbers, and then we're going to see what Titleist is saying about this club. I am a little worried to look at the lofts. Oh, yeah, and it makes, it's the bigger sounding out of all of them.
It sounds good.
But it's like, you know, it's statement sounding a bit more.
Power sound.
It's not trying to sound as sexy as the other ones. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. 4G. It's not sounding 4G.
4G, is it? So we get Max Impact. Ball speeds, launch, feel. So it's going to play with sound is what they're saying this is going to do. It's a mid-sized cavity-backed iron with offset, progressive. So the offset will get progressive, and I'm sure that I don't know this for a fact, but I'm presuming the blade lengths are a bit progressive. Yeah, the wedge looks nicer, say not as long as the 6-iron, but you know, there's plenty of real estate down there.
Progressive as in like it's going to be less offset in the shorter irons.
Correct.
And then as it blends up to, let's say, 4-iron, it's going to get more offset.
And then the blade length will get progressively longer. The shorter, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Again, my gut's not saying that, but I feel I see that. I don't know if it's just the shaping, but I do feel like it's going almost like a triangle. That if you look,
I can see it from here. Yeah,
way,
definitely coming in. Yeah.
We get high density tungsten in this as well, which we've seen in order to range, allowing them to pull the CGs down and optimise it in the longer irons to shorter irons, which we've seen from many manufacturers always trying to optimise CG from short to longer irons. Thin face, Titleist is saying.
Thinnest ever?
It's thin.
It's pretty thin.
I'm not going to test that, am I? But yeah, it's thin. Hang on. Yeah, that's thin. And polymer insert. It's actually, bear with, tech on these clubs from all companies nowadays. I properly need do full day's revision to learn some of the terms. Silicone polymer core.
So a silicone polymer core.
In that little Max Impact zone.
So softy feely
and obviously they're saying
dampening.
More launch and more power is what they're saying. I don't actually know where. It's almost like it's supporting the sweet spot.
Yeah.
And it's the most user-friendly club they make. It's like the ultimate in. I think like the brief in this one is just make something as easy to it as possible. Feels good off the face. I mean, I gained a 6-iron in this, and I don't mind the difference in the sound from this to my now T100.
Yeah. And you're not bothered about the blend of it?
I quite like the blend, because you've got to remember the other side of this is a rescue.
Yeah. Yeah,
we'll
of
talk
course.
about why, even though it's a 6 iron, we'll talk about why in a second. So the other side of this is a rescue, and then this side of it is a T100, which is a slight step down. So the blend for me is kind of perfect. And then I've just got a bit more offset on this, which I haven't got such a personal vendetta against offset than you. So when you can hear that, that's loud, isn't it?
Yeah, that was loud enough.
When I get that, you know, like slightly toey to quite like rippy toe, I would call that. We'll look at the numbers in a second. We also did it some outside with this as well, which we'll talk about. Again, it will be peak heights and distances and how you manage them in this kind of club. This for me is in my bag for a reason. It's the blend. As a full set of these go, we'll look at the numbers. I think there's lots of companies who kind of make this club.
Yeah.
I would say T1 and T2 are more impressive.
Okay.
Without looking at the numbers, does that make any sense why I would say that? As in, there's nothing in this that's making me think, wow.
It's not sexy.
Well, because I want a certain look.
Yeah.
But I think if you want just the most friendly club you can get your hand on, this is going to be out there with the best of them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you know
I like that feeling in 6 iron because it feels strong. And you've got to remember, when I get to this loft, because these lofts are stronger, it's where I'm seeing drop-offs.
Yeah.
So I want it to be strong.
What I like about you in this now is the amount of golf that we played together. You would always shy away from hitting your 5 iron.
5 iron blade, semi-rough.
Just
Top of the club, it's going 150.
And then you would always go to like hitting a soft
Really
hybrid
soft
or trying to batter a 6 iron in the set. Whereas
this one I want to pull it.
you're hitting it a lot.
Yeah,
like you're
I
happy
want it to be this club now. I want it to be this club. Like I want it this club or my hybrid are coming like I don't mind which one it is.
Yeah.
And I'd never have said that my bladed 6. Obviously it's a jump. I was like, oh, my bladed 5, sorry.
Yeah.
Tee shots, I wasn't that fussed, but anything else, I was thinking, I might just chip up a little 23 here.
Yeah. Especially if you were going over something.
Yeah.
So if you were carrying a bit of water or something like that, again, not off a let's say off a tee box, but certainly from the fairway or semi or rough or whatever.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? Where people, I think, get a little confused. Basically, we all have a max launch that as soon as we go past that, if our speed isn't there, we see drop-offs.
Yeah.
And that will change in different situations, from the tee to the semi to the grass, the uphill, down, and lie.
Yeah.
Like you give me slight down and a lie going over something with the old 5 iron.
Yeah.
What's the point? I'm not stopping that. It's going to go through the back. It's going to, even if I hit a good shot, it's going to land and roll. Where this one, I feel I can actually get it on the green and stop it if I need to. Now that's a pretty toey hit. It'll be interesting to see. Let's look at those numbers, see if that drops down or not on spin and what have you. So 181 average carry, 6 iron.
Yep.
And it's spinning at 5.2, and that's with 2 4s in there on the toey hit. So I'm actually 5.5, 5.5, 5.4, 5.3, 5.5 on centered strike. So again, what I'm quite impressed with these, and the same happened with 200. It's happened here with 300, and this is why I'm happy this one's in my bag, is that in other manufacturers, when you go into this bracketed club, I can't even get it in the 5,000s with a 6 iron. I get the odd 3.9 as my low one, then going up to 4.8 as my high spinning.
Yeah.
And you think, well, you're just ripping spin away, trying to get it up and rip spin off, and that's why, that's going further. But what I quite like with these, and it impresses me, it's surprising, is I get the power back number, 185 total carry with a 6 iron.
Yeah.
But that's spinning at 4.8. Do you see what I mean? And I've got a 5,300 spinning at... I've got a 5,300 spin going 184. That's a long 6 iron, but spinning at only 700 revs than where another 6 iron would spin.
Yeah.
Peaking height of 32. And then the other thing that I do, which you've got to remember, is that this is my 5 iron.
Yeah.
So they're 5 iron numbers, so I just have 2 6 irons in my bag. So I'm not tricked by what they're doing, even though I'm impressed that this does keep the spin not ridiculously low, keeps it up there, and it peaks up, gets up in the air, gets some peak height. I still know this is a 5 iron. I'm not going to, I'm not, I mean, we joke, but you know I'm hitting a 5-iron when I pull this club.
Yeah.
There's no part of you that thinks, oh, Mark's got longer, he's hitting a 6-iron.
No. And if you pull that club, I know it's good. I know what you're hitting straight away. And it's you're sort of hitting what is kind of between my 6 and 5-iron myself.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
It's perfect.
Yeah. Look, Stan, talk to me.
You know what? This doesn't bother me as much.
Really?
And I think it's a colouring. I think this is a duller finish.
So it all blends.
So it's quite blendy. It's certainly duller. Like it's not quite as shiny on the outside compared to the centre point.
Yeah.
So we get that sort of brushed sort of finish in the middle, matte finish, should we say? And then this is not quite as shiny chromy. It's definitely a more brush steel effect, should we say, compared to the chrome. And I kind of like that.
Yeah. Question for you then with this.
Yeah.
You've got customers come into the shop, talk to you and Minty about clubs. They must see these things. Do people spy that and ask what it is, or do they just not even look?
They will do.
Yeah.
They definitely will do.
They'll go, what's that, Dan?
Say, yeah, what's that going to do? What's that doing? So they will ask the question, because that is
visible tech.
Very visible tech. Not. I wouldn't say we've seen a great deal of that sort of stuff with Titleist.
No.
So they're going to sort of.
Normally it's under the hood with them,
correct,
isn't it?
Yeah, a lot of the time. So seeing that out on the shelf is going to sort of jump out, and then they'll say, "What are we getting here?"
Because it's quite a statement, isn't it? Like it's like big. I mean, you were Starship Enterprise straight away when you saw that, weren't you?
I'm off.
Yeah. Right. Let's see you hit some. I've changed the field. We'll look at some of your numbers. It's louder, isn't it?
It's definitely louder, but again, it's what I would expect to get from this club. I want to get loud here.
Yeah.
I want that, because I want the sort of, when I'm fitting guys, I want the wow factor from it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Because in theory, they're going to have less speed. Your average player who wants this, so we can add a bit of sound to that less speed, makes things sound a bit more dramatic, doesn't it?
Absolutely right. And it's just so that they're easy to hit.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I game it as my 5-iron.
It's like, do you know what I mean? It just feels like I'm middling it all the time.
Yeah.
And I don't need to, I'm not middling it. I will be moving it around the face as I normally do, but I don't feel like I'm getting any massive drop-offs because of it. It's just a ripper.
Yeah. We'll look at the numbers in a second, but I reckon there's going to be some bomb balls coming from Danny Boy.
It's taking me to a galaxy far, far away.
When you hit it outside, did you feel any difference? I mean, it felt pretty similar to inside for me, as in the sound didn't feel that different, or
no, I mean,
sound that different?
Actually, if anything, this one it kept its sound more consistent from in here to out there.
Yeah.
Out of all of them.
Yeah.
A lot of them went kind of more duller or quieter, should we say, out there. But this one you could still hear it.
Yeah.
Coming off the face.
And through the turf, I again didn't feel any difference to any of my other clubs, to be honest.
Not feeling anything there for me. Again, I don't hit enough shots on turf from a practice point of view, to really sort of gauge the difference between them.
Yeah.
And that one there was just a fraction thin, But again, it's not like thin and starting to hurt me.
Yeah.
Thin, it's not sort of vibrating up the club a lot.
It's trying to help in theory, isn't it?
Yeah.
Should we look at these numbers? Have you bombed them?
There's 1 or 2 there that bomb me.
So I was 181. What are you averaging?
187.
Longest hit?
192.
That's a
6 192. Yeah, I had to double check the bottom of this club. A little long for me.
But it's a 5-iron.
Yeah,
remember.
it's a 5-iron. But this is on the.
We're peak heighting the same. There's going to be an interest. That's interesting.
Well, we'll look at the spin. We're within
It's
8
levelling
revs.
us, isn't it?
Within 8 revs of each other.
And you're launching lower.
Launching lower, getting a little bit hotter off the face. A little bit, swinging it probably a bit harder.
So I got.
That's.
So a question then: do you know? Is it to do with Mac? So as soon as loft starts coming off, I probably, and I don't know this because we've not dotted the face. We could do another video on this.
Yeah.
I will change my angle of attack, knowing that I'm fighting to get it in the air. And we know you don't do that because we've seen you ram drivers into the ground.
Yeah. I'm not thinking that at all. Like, that's not even coming in here.
So I've always, just naturally as a kid, I remember doing it, thinking if you're going to give me that loft, it's going to go that high, so I'm going to move that ball and lead, and I'm not going to hit this like I hit a wedge. So I think we're levelling, because we weren't levelling on the others.
No.
You were further, I mean you are further here, but you were further.
Yeah.
And you were higher.
So I was going...
So 6 irons, you were generally a little higher than me with more speed.
And more spin.
Our speeds are similar. Look, it's only 3 mile an hour, but I mean that's still, you're still faster.
Yeah.
But you're now starting to almost lose where I'm consistently staying up. And this is where we see, I think, when you start taking lofts off clubs, the plot is so much thicker than any of the reviews or anyone actually wants to talk about. We can do reviews and go, oh look, there's a 6 iron, it goes further, go and buy them, it goes further. This is my 5 iron.
Yeah.
And my 5 iron, I don't have the same angle of attack as I do with my 9 iron.
No.
Because I know my 5 iron, 6 iron written on the bottom, is not going to go in the air as much. It's going to I'm going to struggle to push it up in the air.
Yeah.
And that's so noticeable because I go from 5 down with a mid iron to 3 up with my driver, where you're going from 5 down from mid iron to 2 or 3 down with your driver. Do you see what I mean? So my gap between driver to mid iron, so when loft starts going away, I'm adjusting to make sure I don't see the drop-offs in distance. And we know from you, I mean, you hit it further than me, but when we're out playing, our drives are the same unless you try and hit the one that you hit up and then you do go further.
Yeah.
And I think this club is actually starting to show the crossover and differences there. So what do you reckon that means for the average Joe watching this is that you've got to be careful. If you love this set of clubs, T300 is what you want all the help, you've got to be careful where you stop.
Yeah.
Because if you start getting 5 irons and you're not getting them in the air, like get the hybrids going, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. I stop at a 6 iron in this set because it is my 5 iron.
Yeah.
And then I go to a hybrid. And I'm bringing a decent amount of speed. Now, I'm not quick, but I'm quicker than your average bear. Interesting numbers, aren't they?
They're good. I like it. I mean, it's interesting you saying that you start to sort of maybe just start to naturally change the way you deliver the club.
Yeah.
For me, the way I kind of look at it is I've paid my money for those golf clubs.
Right.
I want them to do the work for me.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm not going to start to change, you know, I want the club to do what it's designed to do.
Yes.
I don't want to start changing me because they've taken loft away.
Yeah.
I want the tech to kick in and help me.
I agree with that, but what's an interesting point is you teach more and more, and you know this, and I've seen it over years, is people 100% react to loft even though they don't know.
They don't know it's doing it, yeah. Yeah.
So if I go and give my dad a 2-degree driver, he might hit 1 or 2 the same and realise that doesn't work.
Yeah.
But he stops pretty quick. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
If I go and give him Joe Miller's driver, I've seen people on golf days try and hit Joe Miller's driver, and yeah, they can't hit it. But I do think if that was golf for you, it changed and you had to do that, you would adapt. I've seen it in lessons, they adapt.
Yeah.
And I see it through faults. I see people hitting drivers that are far too low and loft, and I'm just like, well, you're trying to get that in the air, that's why you're hitting way out to win with face opens to pass, because you're just trying to constantly add loft. I use this in a 6 iron, so for what it's built to do, I use it in the only club I need it to do that.
Yeah.
So you could argue that's a win for them, isn't it? Their brief is to make a club that's as easy to hit as possible and pops the ball up in the air. Well, I choose to use it in an iron where I want it as easy as to hit and pops it in the air.
Yeah.
So they've beaten me, they've won, haven't they?
They have.
I just don't need a 7 iron in this because that pops in the air, and I don't need a 9 iron in this because it pops in the air. But if you're that golfer who's not swinging at my speed or delivering my angles, you do need that, so then maybe this is the one. You just got to be careful where you start and where you stop if the spin numbers get too low. But remember that, I mean, that's the surprising bit. The spin number, I reckon, a challenge and a question for anyone out there testing, when you go for your custom fits, if you test this club against other manufacturers, and there's no win or lose here, I'm just interested in the discussion. I don't think I can remember testing game improvement irons that spin such realistic numbers. Do you? Comments down below. Let me know. You test. If you find, you know, your TaylorMade, your pins, your whatever are spinning near the number, let me know. Show me the numbers. It'll be interesting because I'm not seeing that. So that's a pretty good 6-iron for me. Stroke 5-iron.
Yep.
So it's a 5-iron spinning at 4.7.
Okay.
4,700 revs. So it says 6-iron, but that's my 5-iron loft because I've got this as a 5-iron.
Yeah.
And it's carried 188.
That's good.
I would hit the 6-iron. This 6-iron from 180 to 200 at a very push, subject to wanting it to roll out.
Yeah.
Because that's going to roll out to 195 yards.
Yeah. Angle of attack?
2.8 down. I'm 5 down with a 7-iron. See, I adapt. I always am.
Hang on a minute, I want to have a little whack at that quickly. I want to see what my angle of attack is. Let me just have a little pop of that.
Dan, I want everyone else's medicine, Hendrickson.
I'm not adapting.
No, I know that. You can see that from your game. Oh, it lipped out.
It lipped out. So that's gone about the same. It's 5-2 spin.
7 down.
Yeah.
7 degrees down. And this is why. Look at our last 2 shots. 189 to 187.
Yeah.
I'm 30, 40 or 26. So I'm now going higher. Our spinner's got within 400 revs.
Yeah.
And my launch has overtaken your launch. So this is our crossover period.
Yes,
this is where we start crossing to go towards drivers. I'm already, when I get to this loft, forget what it says on the bottom.
Yeah.
I've said this all along as I teach. Ball positions are relevant. It's to do. I've seen really good players play 4-irons from the middle of their stance because they've got ample speed. They're using like a ping iron that pops it in the air.
Yeah.
And they whack it in the middle. I've seen them. I've stood like in tournaments playing with them, thinking, if I had a 4-iron like that, it wouldn't go above that person's chest. Like that spotter out there, I'd take him out.
Yeah.
Where I'd be whacking it forward. I've always done it. So forget, because obviously in this position is all I'm looking at. This is irrelevant. This thing here, the number.
Yeah.
All I'm doing is seeing a loft, and my brain's going, well, I ain't going to get over that tree, so I'm going to make it get over that tree.
Yeah.
And I also think this club needs to go X distance. So if I go play one right from the middle, so I've like played that middle to down. I'm only going peak height of 24.
Yeah.
That ain't stopping anywhere. So that's my punch into the wind. 185, losing a few yards to my 190s, but still up there for carry.
Done well, though.
But it's launching at 12.
Yeah, down to me. You're down where I am.
And I don't know if we got club data there. Yeah, look, there you are. 7 down.
Yeah.
That doesn't function for me. That only functions for me in the wind. It's my 5-iron. Don't be tricked by what's on the bottom. The thing I'm impressed with this is that the spin is like decent for something that's so aggressively lofted. So yeah, they've done pretty good with that. Post comments down below. Yeah, I want to know, what do you think?
I like it.
Yeah?
I like the blend of it. Like I said before, I don't think it's too offset for me.
Yeah,
It's nice.
absolutely. Well, I want to know if people are finding this kind of power bat, it's getting this kind of gameable numbers in any tests down there. Let me know, just let me know. I hit the balls, I show you the numbers. We can lie, or we can just tell you what happens, and that's just basically what happens.
Give me one more shot.
High
Go
or
on.
low, Dan?
I want a nice high one.
High floater.
High floater.
Yeah, so look where I'm putting the ball positions, almost just inside
Just inside your left heel, yeah.
Because I know I've got less loft. Oh, I fin that, trying to get up. But look at that, it's 5-6 spin. Only 3 down.
Yeah.
So it's gone less because I finned it,
Finned
but
it.
33 peak height. My joint 1 yard lower, and it's my highest spinning at 5.5. So in effect, this is a 5-iron. That's a high spinning 5-iron, isn't it?
Very good.